fight to stay away from the relegation zone in the Fiji Sun GP Batteries National Football League has become more interesting, with bottom-enders Navua and Nanronga both succumbing to defeat. Navua went down 1-0 to Rewa this afternoon at Ratu Dakambau Park. In what was a lackluster match, Rewa made most of the game in the first half and took the scoring chance. Rewa dominated play and seemed more coordinated. Navua often seemed as if they were falling apart. At Prince Charles Park, Nandi beat Nanronga 5-1 and Suva defeated Lautoka 2-1. In the Premier Division, Raki Raki has forced a third playoff after beating Tailevune Tasiri 1-0, tying the series. Fiji's hockey girls are in for a tough week. The New Zealand Masters women's hockey team jetted into the country yesterday. And today they were already down at the turf for a training run. Shelvin Chand found out that the Kiwis mean business.
The New Zealand ladies are seasoned campaigners and have been playing since childhood. They surely don't mind the heat, and they don't like to lose either.
I can't remember who it was now, but they beat the 8th ranked team just recently at the last Commonwealth Games. So yes, I do believe we're going to have a good game of hockey, and I've got the expectation that we win because I don't like losing. And I'd suggest the Fiji ladies are going to be exactly the same. So at the end of the day, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a really good game of hockey. So
Paula Inoka is a former Black Stick. She has played hockey at the very top level. She is expecting the Fijians to put up a good fight.
You know, Fijians are known for their speed. Just look at the sevens. So I think that we're going to have some skill to compete with. They're going to know this weather, so they'll be able to play in that a little bit better than us. But I'm hoping that with us having been together for a couple of years, that we may be able to work some combinations to work through their defence.
The New Zealand team is filled with players who are not short on skills and attainments at international level.
A great honour to actually come from the World Cup and be here in Fiji as well. Winning the World Cup was fantastic. It was a great thrill. Fiji's a bit different. Weather's hot.
The New Zealand Masters will play 4 games, 1 against the Fiji Masters and 3 against the Fiji women's teams. The girls, ours and the ladies from the land of the long white clouds have promised nothing but breathtaking hockey action at Lautoka. Shelvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Lautoka is looking to rattle some cages when playing for the Fairbrother Cup in October. And to pick the best of the lot, final round of club competitions will be held this weekend. Akasita Tale has more.
The Maroons have produced many talented players, and that's why the club competition in Lautoka is one of the toughest. Round 2 ended yesterday with Vitongo avenged an earlier defeat to Ami by downing the Soldiers 18-16 in the Premier grade.
Through that, we are still trying to gauge some players for the profession of our fair brother. It's still open, actually it's still open, and that's why we are trying to put more life into the club competition so that selectors will try and select the good players and prepare them for the fair brother this year.
However, Bulakoro says clubs in the Sugar City still find it hard to turn up for competitions.
This competition, we are only putting in about only $400 per registration, whereas in other unions, they're paying more than that, 1,000, some 800. We put that in place because we know the hardship we are facing in Lautoka. Most are unemployed from their clubs, and they just put in whatever they can bring in, and then we give deadlines. So they are welcome. They are welcome. Anytime they come in, they register their team, whatever the names, we got the registration, and they just pay the registration fees. And there you are born into the club.
With a whole week to go for the knockout competition, the Lautoka Rugby Union has its work cut out, preparing for the Fairbrother Challenge. But having the likes of Ami Setareki Koroilangilangi, Chone Lesikilakemba and Kalaveti Tawake does help. Akosita Tale, FBC Sports.
Bodybuilding's biggest tournament will be held in Nandi 3 weeks from now. For the Charman's bodybuilders, this is one good place to gauge how good they are. Shelvin Chand with this story.
The long hours in the gym, the precise diet plan, focus exercises on getting that particular muscle group. It's a disciplined sport, and it's not just about getting ripped and getting those six-pack abs or bulging biceps.
Yeah, it's a discipline sport, so you have to work it out very hard. The only thing is that if you got no pain in the sport, you have no gain in the sport too.
The Charmans Gym, one of the oldest in the country, will enter 6 bodybuilders for the competition, hoping that their hard work pays off.
These 6 boys is good for us for that competition. So we're aiming for gold, silver and bronze here in Charmans. We're all gearing up for that sport. Next 3 weeks coming up.
Just like all minor sports, there is only one obstacle hindering the growth.
The problem is right now is a financial problem in bodybuilding sports in Fiji for all those years till now. So it's trying to get up to that standard again. So it's very good for the newcomers to go on further. They are sporting future bodybuilders in the years to come.
The bodybuilding championship in Nandi will feature 3 major prizes: Mr. Suva, Mr. West and Mr. Fiji. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Interest in snooker is growing. This was proven in the Southern Billiards and Snooker Association's Golden Q Open Tournament. Akasita Tale with more on the ever-popular game.
The tournament brought in a record turnout. 64 players from around the country came to compete the various titles up for grabs. According to the organizers, this is an indication the sport is growing.
The tournament has seen some major upsets where Jitan Prasad, former Fiji's #1, beat Suman Lal, who is the current reigning champion of Fiji. And then we saw Mahendra of Nandi beating Pritesh Khatri of Nosori. Pritesh Khatri was the last national ranking winner.
With the inclusion of young players in the sport, shows that the sport is heading into the right direction. The presence of President Ratwepeli Nelatkau inspired some.
This is the good time and good sign for Fiji players and the minor sport, because the President have witnessed this tournament. And we are very thankful to President to come over here and give us some time. That is big achievement in snooker.
Now Soris Pranil Singh walked away with the Golden Q after defeating Nandi's Ramal Narayan 4-1. Veterans Rajan Kumar defeated Mahendra Lal 2-0 and Shanil Prasad walked away with the top bets in the under-15 grade. Akusita Tale, FBC Sports.
New Zealand have made it 3 wins out of 3 in the 4 nations. The All Blacks beat Argentina 21-5 in a match that was interrupted by a power cut. Here are the highlights from Al Jazeera.
Aaron Cruden scored 3 penalties, although one of his kicks hit both the posts and came back out. New Zealand claimed 2 late tries to ensure the victory. Winger Julian Savea going over, and then with 8 minutes to go, Corey Jane touched the ball down. Australia got their championship hopes back on track. Back-to-back losses against the All Blacks and made the encounter in Perth with South Africa a must-win game. But the hosts looked to be on the back foot when Brian Habana scored a try for the Springboks, who took 13-6 lead into the break. Australia hit back in the second half. 2 tries from forward Scott Higginbotham and Ben Alexander sealed their 26-19 win.